Thank you very much.
Yes.
One, I begin by saying that the last time I was here with my brother from KNUT, he told me I had gone into an agreement with the government and that deal was inferior. I want to tell him today that whatever he says he agreed with Kenya National Examination Council is inferior. Look at this. In that agreement, he does not even have a document that they agreed with the council. Me, myself, have written to the council severally, together with my union. I've had a series of meetings with the council. When it comes to the issue of examinations, the Form 3...
When was this? When?
Throughout the year. And I'll, in fact, vividly show you...
One claim is that you've been sleeping,
yeah,
been
that's
engaging
where
since June.
I am. Throughout the year, we've written to the council. We've met with the council severally. We met the council last Thursday in Parliament with the Committee of Education. I am meeting the council today at 10 again, at National House, with my 10 officials. So somebody saying we have been sleeping on job is wrong. Now let's look at what they did. Already as we have agreed with the council, and we have a document which I carried, that yes, the tax shall be waived. I have that document, addressed to KUPPET, not any other union. It is, yes, it is us who first raised the issue of should students register in Form 3? Our brothers only picked it up. What I've noticed of late is that we tend to have tyranny of numbers and tyranny of brains. I enjoy the tyranny of brains. I begin an issue, our brothers come in quickly with numbers, they take it up and look like they have just executed. Look at it now. I'm following the Kenya National Examination Council over the payment of the teachers. Our brothers say they negotiated a deal. They increased the examination fee for markers by 2 shillings. A graduate teacher, and that's why I told you there are things that are separate for us. My team is a team of graduates. Many of them are masters. You want to increase their payment by 2 bob, and you are still comfortable. This is where we differ. Maybe if the other cadre, which my brother represents, is comfortable with the 2 shillings increment, I have no problem. But they have to give us space to negotiate for what is actually equivalent to the type of quality of material that I'm giving to the council to mark these exams. And these are highly qualified professionals whom you cannot increase 2 bob. How would you be comfortable with 2 bob for a graduate teacher marking exams? My brother has been a very tough talker on behalf of the teachers, but I find him today apologetic. 2, the Kenya National Examination Council. I don't know if he has been hired to talk for the Kenya National Examination Council, because Madam Were is the spokesman of the Kenya National Examination Council. How would we find a unionist who is even much respected now talking on behalf of the Kenya National Examination Council and not for the teachers? We shall continue talking for the teachers of this country, and most of the post-primary education teachers, that the principals must have money given to them for being in charge of the centers.
Let me say this. Let me interrupt a little bit. The principal is in the school. He is supposed to be there. It just happened that the school where he is the principal is a center for marking examinations.
Thank you, Mutegi.
It is just a center.
I've seen the
whether the exam is there or not.
Mutegi,
the principal is the principal.
The principal, when
he should not
during exams, he is given extra tasks by the council, which come in a documented item, that you'll behave like this, you'll have to do like this, you'll be in school throughout the marking time, and that is contracting, and they need to be paid for that work they do. We also work with other organizations like IBC. Whenever they contract our employees, they do pay. We are still insisting that the 2 shillings that our brothers negotiated maybe befits their people, but us, we want a 300% increment per script. And this is clear. On the issue of we were sleeping on job, I can assure you we were not sleeping on job, because it is us who went ahead to make that agreement. We have a document, I've told you. Today when I leave the studio, I'm leading a team of KUPPET officials to meet the Kenya National Examination Council. Meaning the council is already listening to what I'm saying. How I wish our brothers would just keep quiet so that we get this money. It is going to the teachers. These teachers are our brothers. Some are in secondary, others are in primary. These funds go back to our homes.
Perhaps you
I
could
plead with my brothers.
You could respond to the claim that perhaps you've been hired by NEC.
Honestly.
It's like in fact, Njagi from Membo has picked it up, saying Sossion seems to be supporting NEC.
Yes,
What
I'm
has,
not supporting
has he
NEC
been
whatsoever.
given?
I'm not supporting NEC whatsoever, but I'm supporting a good cause. I must defend the process that we negotiated. I'm under duty, and I'm not apologetic about that. And as alluded by my brother, that I'm speaking for NEC. I'm not speaking for NEC. I'm basically declaring public what we have negotiated with NEC. The facts on record is that our brothers have never had any meeting with NEC. And if anything, probably their meeting is today. And if they met NEC and they secured the 300% that they're talking about, well and good. If they did that, we will not complain. And number two, as I said, I'm speaking on behalf of the union and on behalf of the leadership of KNUT. And I must protect all the negotiated process. Yes, not accepted that we have succeeded in negotiating the tax waiver. They were not there. They never negotiated. We held meetings. And by the way, if you came to our archives, we have a file of Kenya National Examination Council, and there are minutes to that. I'm not a spokesman of NEC, but the examiners must know exactly what we have secured for them, so that as we move forward, we take the right decision. The examination process is a serious process. It's a matter of life and death for the learners, and that is why we had to act on these matters on time. And you are telling our members, who are our teachers, and all of them are from post-primary and primary and teacher training colleges. We don't believe in segregation. These are collective grievances about the council. We are dealing with.
Are you happy with the 2 shillings?
We are indeed very happy that.
You are happy?
No, not with the 2 shillings. Not with the 2 shillings.
What do you say about the
It is not sufficient. What have they negotiated? We have negotiated 2 shillings. What have they negotiated? We have negotiated taxation. What have they negotiated? Because they can go ahead and tax and negotiate a higher pay, fine and good. But for us,
like that.
For us as KNUT, we have engaged NEC, Kenya National Examination Council, on a number of fronts. We have succeeded on taxation, acceptance to raise fee. It's not even about markers alone. It's about supervisors, it's about invigilators. It's payment, general rise across the board. And if you do simple mathematics, simple economics, waive the taxes and raise the payment script. So the marginal increase is reasonably high for us to start with. Therefore, we think what NEC has done is a step in the right direction. It may not be satisfactory. And then from here, moving forward, we need to find a more comprehensive way of addressing the welfare of examiners. Number three, our brothers are talking about exams being marked in hotels.
No.
Yes, that is what they're talking about. But we want to say the examinations is about 400,000 learners and in secondary school and 800. It is not possible to get a huge number of examiners and put them in hotels. It's not even cost effective. Even if you go to Britain, the exams are marked in universities and colleges, and what we are talking about is that the institutions that are designated, and this is what we discussed with NEC, that the boarding facilities and the maintenance of examiners in the examination centers should be upgraded and improved. We cannot deride and demean our learning institutions. What is wrong if we have schools that have decent boarding facilities that can even accommodate the senior most in this country? These institutions host pastors and other international guests to visit this country for conferences. But what we agreed with NEC, because this is a matter that has also been raised by the examiners, is that the boarding facilities and accommodation in the designated centers should be improved. So honestly,
before you respond,
teachers are not past.
Just to follow up what you said. Did you say that at the beginning, when the teachers go to mark examination, there will be new payment will be announced? Did you say
yeah, of course, certainly. But I'm not the spokesman of NEC.
And you don't
NEC
know how much
will speak about it, and NEC will declare their figures. What we are very clear about, I didn't come here to declare every detail of what we've agreed with NEC. And this should be appreciated, that one, we sat with NEC, and we sat in several meetings, and we addressed all these matters. And the details of all that.
Suppose they don't pay.
Suppose they don't pay, then the examiners will be at liberty to boycott marking.
Oh, good.
At the marking center. Good. Suppose.
Because
it is not. And we are giving the examiners a clean bill of health. You go to the marking centers, because that is where you've been invited and you've been contracted. And they are under the oath of secrecy. So, number one, it is wrong to assemble them outside the marking centers. We must also respect ethics, because ethics are ethics. Examination ethics are examination ethics. We can't change them. Let them assemble at the marking centers, and the exam council, the body that is mandated to carry out the entire examination processes, should be able to declare their terms of contract as they proceed with the business. And this is what they should expect. Number one, tax waiver for all payments not exceeding 133,000.
That's repetition.
Perhaps just to respond.
And number two,
there's something that he said.
Let him stop.
Yeah, there's something that Omboko, you said, that it's a question of, it's a situation of tyranny of numbers and tyranny of brains, such that they come up with the ideas, and then because of your numbers, you sort of hijack the ideas. Is that the
that is a very mischievous comment.
And then perhaps you could respond.
It's a mischievous comment, and it's unprofessional. They should know the Kenya National Union of Teachers brings together all teachers. And we cannot bring in inferiority on superiority to divide the teachers. We are dealing with one neck. And I must say, all these ideas, they're not even there. They've been sleeping.
No, they haven't.
And we pursued.
Okay, let's begin with that one. Let me begin with that one. Look at the past just 1 year. We bring up an idea of, can you just harmonize the salaries of teachers with those of civil service? An idea is created, and it looks like it's a weak idea. We come up, our brothers say, now look, we want 300% pay increase. But at the end of the day, we get harmonization, which we got September last year, and they now own it. They say it is us who have owned harmonization. We say sawa, it's going to the teachers, and we don't mind it. We now look at everything and say, hey, we sign a very good deal that you have to harmonize not only the salary but also the allowances. Last time I was here, I was talking about harmonization of allowances. And as I talk now, commuter is in the pockets of the teachers. That was an idea. During the early part of this year, I was talking about the Kenya National Examination Council. It is us who first raised the issue of Form 3s. I don't want to repeat that. I say time is of importance. Our brothers come in and now purport to have an agreement. If you tell them, do you have a document which you have signed with the council over what he's talking about? He will not show you. Me, I'll show you that document, which includes that revenue waiver. These are facts, and even tomorrow from here, you can follow me up and find out. Then I move on and say, yes, can the council treat these teachers well? And that one takes me to my rebuttal. We are not asking the council to take teachers to hotels. We are telling the council to treat teachers well in reputable places which they deserve. We have even the issue of job groups in this country. And when you leave a staff, the government did these job groups very well. You don't expect an officer in the last job group, if it's S, to get the same conditions, really, per diem, like an officer in another job group. Maybe this is where we are differing. That my teachers are not comfortable marking in schools where their own daughters and sons sleeping on double-deckers, which have just been left by their own daughters. Would rather take this marking to government institutions that are accredited to actually facilitate such an exercise.
Example?
We have many of them.
Give examples of
some are universities, some are GTIs. Those are government institutions. So that even the exam can have the credibility. If an exam is done in a school, then again you bring the teacher on the same desk which the student was sitting on. I'm an examiner myself, 10 years. You sit on that locker again. And you know, look at my size. You are now in that small locker. You are marking. It's a real tedious exercise. Improve the conditions of these teachers not by necessarily taking them to big hotels and so on, but let them go to institutions that they deserve. And as you do that, you must also remember that why our brothers seem just to be against this good idea again that we are generating is maybe just because of issues of achievements. But I would wish and beg our brothers that when we are talking about issues that concern teachers, we would rather just cooperate and achieve them. We have seen before, even the Jubilee and ODM come together. We had the Westgate. I saw Raila come together with the president, and they just handled that. What we are pushing for